want to thank you for bringing me to this place because I just met Dr. Chon, one of the only doctors in actuarial science in Zimbabwe.
Interesting.
One of the only.
Oh well, I think,
and it's just talking to him, getting to hear.
This is very much unlike Mox, you know, when you say thank you so much for bringing me to Powertel, I was like, okay, I know what you have said, alright. Okay, someone say live on radio, okay. Then I'm hearing you speaking about all these insurance things, and this is not the Mox that I know. What's going on here? It's good to be live on radio. People get to think about things they don't really like. I didn't understand.
I always used to hear about this creature called an actuarial scientist, and I didn't understand how this works and how they think. So finally, I got to meet one, and he was sitting right next to me, right here, and explaining how these things work and stuff like that. How some of the things that are happening now around the world, they actually did case studies of these things and did calculations of these things and some of the outcomes are actually happening right now. So, you know, it was pretty interesting. I didn't know mathematics could be applied like that, but that's all a part of science, technology, engineering, mathematics, STEMatizing, you know. So we got two special people with us.
Right here.
Robert, who was my senior in school, I would say. He was all the cool guys. Robert Gonya, of course, he's from Huawei. Thank you so much for coming to.
Thank you for having me.
All right. You didn't bring a container so I can pour you, which is...
I'll get you one.
Huawei is here at Hotseat Tech at School. What are you seeing that you're happy with so far?
Well, at least the first thing that I'm happy is that we've got a new breed or a new quantity of young and upcoming entrepreneurs in terms of technology and how technology is being driven. So when you come on such a platform, we get to appreciate the new minds that are coming forward. There's still a lot that still needs to be done as far as developing education and supporting technology in Zimbabwe, but I think we're on the right road, and that scope definitely is something that we, as companies, as brands, and also as a business community, we need to be supporting and taking a special initiative of growing this talent. Because talent, even if it's there and is available, but if it's not used, it's as good as dreaming that you're waving in a dark room and nobody can see you.
True. What are you seeing here at Tech, especially when it comes to innovation? What are some of the highlights for you?
Well, the key highlight for me, definitely number one, is to say that the technology that needs to translate Technomatic in terms of the platform that they've created and bring it to the next level is that the foundation of education is good. But my thing is the foundation for education that is currently being created by the Zimbabwean system going to be relevant 10 years from now, 15 years from now. What I mean is we've got somebody studying engineering, we've got somebody studying microwave technology, but is that the next big thing 15 or 20 years from now? Why I say so, I'm in technology. There's so many technology brands that have made overnight. But in the last decade, we've seen large corporate organizations like Nokia shut down shop when they were doing technology as far as devices is concerned. So we now say, when we look at these students who are going into school and educating themselves, they need to look at themselves as a value add. The school education system is not enough to take you to the next level. So that's one of the key things that we need to make sure that we translate. So I feel that when we look at what Technomatic is doing, they're bridging that gap and making sure that people are cognizant and aware of such changes that need to be taking place in this economy.
All right, and we're speaking to Robert, the country sales manager for Huawei, and I'm going to throw a hot potato at you right here. A lot of the firms we have interviewed, who are part and parcel of Hotseat Tech at Week, have come through saying, you know, we are either setting up or in the process of actually bringing to life a fund for innovation. What about us? Wow.
Huawei, we've been doing this for quite a while. I think I'll have you know as Huawei, we've got a program called Hotseat of the Future. We're going into universities, taking probably one of the top 10 best students, and we take them to China. We get to expose them, exposure through insight in what is taking place in the arena. I'll have you know that Huawei owns a small city in China, employing about 50,000 people. We take these students there so that they can get an appreciation of what technology is, what technology should be, because for Huawei it's not just about us coming and doing enterprise business, where we're setting up base stations, where we're doing mobile devices, but we are saying as a brand, we want to create an ecosystem. But the ecosystem is just a cloud-based functionality which works with human capital. If the human capital is not exposed in a way of what needs to take place within that economy, it's definitely not going to take place. So the key thing that when we look at now what's happening in Zimbabwe, as a growing nation, as a growing brand, Huawei, we're in over 1,170 countries and as far as supporting network infrastructure. But the key thing is every network system that you set up has to be optimized for that specific country. The best person to do that is not someone coming from abroad. The best person to add that type of value add has to be a local entity. Now, as a local entity, you then are the one who can define the parameters and the trajectory of that economy in as far as monetization, financial growth, and any form of equilibrium which will bring diversification in any educational platform for a nation. So as Huawei answering your question in short, that's one of the key things that we're doing. We call the program, it's called Seeds for the Future. It's been running for the last 2 years and it's going to be running for the next years that the company is going to be in existence, which probably will be something that will be potential. Apart from that, we're also supporting most of the graduates who are coming in. We've got a graduate training program that takes place where we employ between 40 to 50 engineers on a yearly basis who come in into different spectrums of the engineering fields that they're running. And the idea is we make sure that they're plugged into the system. We're doing network infrastructure. I think we're very much aware for Tower 1. We've been working with the MBD project for Net 1, and we've got a few other organizations that we're working with in Zimbabwe. So we get these young guys to come in, be plugged in, be exposed, add value, and also know how the ecosystem works.
Before I hand you over to Tony, Huawei owns a city. Do you know I own a country? It's called Moxiga. Have you ever been to Moxiga?
Does you always have a train?
But just going deeper, so this is kind of like Huawei's Silicon Valley.
Yes, it's a Silicon Valley because of the key thing about it is the city. We made a revenue last year globally of just over $60 billion. Now, of that, $6 billion was churned back into the city in as far as R&D is concerned. Because we know that the next level or the next wave of technology is not coming from a system, it's coming from a human entity. So we have to be supporting that. We have to be putting the incubator hubs, we have to be putting the infrastructure, we have to be putting the capacity, the know-how for people to benefit from such.
We need to see a day when Technomag owns a city where, technology innovation is coming alive from there.
I will not say we've got one, but interesting. You know what now, Mox? Let me just add on to what you were saying. I am a witness. I'm not doing marketing for the Huawei guys, but a few months back they actually took me to China. I was part of the Huawei Seeds for the Future program. Beautiful place it is, trust me. I managed to tour around the Huawei city. It is literally a Huawei city when they mean a Huawei city. But you can compare it to something close to your World city that big, it's literally a city on its own, different sectors. So it's not just like a building where you say you have now arrived at a Huawei building, Huawei HQ. It's amazing. And we've managed to see a lot of things. Technology transfer, that has been one of the major issues that we say. We are seeing a lot, we are talking about a lot of things that are happening out there. We are really in Zimbabwe. So I think I would like to personally commend Huawei and also thank them for what they are doing. I'm sure it's the second time they're running this program for various outstanding Zimbabwean technology students all around the nation. You see, they're taking them out to China to actually get to see what Huawei is doing on this. So I think as far as what these players are actually doing to develop and drive the ICTs in Zimbabwe. I think they're really doing a very, very good program.
From Powertel, we have Prosper. Prosper, the man who disappears and appears whenever and if he wishes or feels like it. How are you doing, man?
When you want to create a leader for the Powertel,
Okay. Please, for those of you who owe people money, for you to create money, just give people back. Don't say I hibernated so that I can get your money. No, please, just give people back. All right, my brother, what is happening with Powertel here at TEDx?
We are very excited, Mox, to be part of this event. This is our second time participating at this event. We started with the inaugural one, which was last year, and we are here again. And as Powertel being the leading conventional communications company in Zimbabwe, we provide what we call quadruple play value command services, which is voice, data, video, and value-added services. And we are happy to be doing so today. Today, as you can see, a lot of people are using their reception because we have managed to install Wi-Fi that is currently working as we speak right now. We believe in education, we believe in personal productivity, and we believe in business productivity. So what we have managed to do is to come here and share the infrastructure and developments that we have done for the past 15 years that we've been in the industry. As we are aware that we have managed to invest in fiber optic pylons that is traversing along major highways connecting to Seacom and to international gateways. We've also managed to invest in fiber technology, which is called OPGW, fiber optic pylons, taking advantage of the existing heritage infrastructure that our mother companies, Zesa Holdings, have invested in. Resonating very well with government's initiatives, which is in line with the Zima set, as you know, that are subscribed to the two main pillars, infrastructure and utilities, beneficiation and value addition. We managed to add value, that infrastructure, connecting to Botswana, to international gateways, London, Amsterdam, New York, bringing reliable internet connectivity and capacity to Zimbabwe. That will then add value to education sector, add value to most universities, college, every sector in as far as communication is concerned. And that's why we are here to be able to share with this. We're also getting to poach talent from various institutions so that they are able to join the growing organization, Powertel, and be able to come up with new innovation that will take the organization to digital.
Is the day coming when Powertel can say we have a fiber connectivity for people in Bush, as far as Cholocho? Is that day coming?
Absolutely. It has started. In most parts of the country, we've managed to invest our infrastructure. As you know that it's one day at a time. We build all the best of the past, best for the future. Currently, we are investing fiber going to Bedbridge and other parts of the country. But what we've managed to do also is the presence of fiber is to answer connectivity as far as internet is concerned. So what we managed to do is introduce other platforms that still connects those areas. We have research which connects to remote areas currently. So whether in Lotiko, Chendambia or anywhere, you still be able to be connected to Powertel through other platforms. Where we are coming with fiber that we know can deliver high speed in as far as internet is concerned. But still the platforms are able to deliver what we call full duplex, reliable internet connectivity. We have also managed to install our base stations to other areas which are powered by what we call code division multiple access or CDMA that are able to deliver speed up to 3.1 megabits per second, which is quite reliable. We're able to use the live video without any buffering, and we managed to do so in most cities and towns, still bringing reliable internet connectivity to Zimbabwe and also voice connectivity to Zimbabwe. One product that we've also managed to deliver, which breaks the boundaries of geographical limitation, is what we call the Power Connect Universe, which is an app that allows our customers to be on any platform, whether you are on this X, Y mobile operator, Z mobile operator, you still be able to download that app and be able to make calls from anywhere in the country or anywhere in the world, whether in China or in Zulu, if it's there, is to be able to make
Moxica, yes, my country.
Yes, in Mexico. Yeah, in Mexico. Take that back. This is what we have done, but we are coming to any area that is available in Zimbabwe. So you know that we are mandated to be able to do so through our pilots.
But let me also ask you to say that this whole event will be live streaming as well from the inside, fully powered by Powertel. So yes, big up and shout out to Powertel. They've been doing a great job. And also the live streaming, if you are watching us as well, is powered by Powertel.co.za. But I think I have to just pose a question. Yes, the anchor DJ with you, Mox. Yes. For Powertel, we are talking of fiber over the pylons. This is already existing infrastructure that you guys have always had under ZESA. I personally feel that you are not doing the best that you should be doing in the market to connect people, especially with the already available infrastructure. Why don't we have like fiber all over? Because I understand that the cost of internet is going to go down tremendously because of the availability of connectivity or connection all around the nation. So we already have fiber. Well, why are we not having fiber all over running across the desert islands? If you can run fiber, the overhead fiber, well, why are we still struggling? And I understand we have got less than 20% of Zimbabwe covered under fiber, yet we've got more than 50% covered by ZESA.
Thank you very much, Eka DJ.
Hot potato.
It's a process. I will take you through the process. What we managed to do first was to establish a platform that enabled Powertel to offer capacity to existing operators. As you are aware that we are the carrier of carriers. So that platform is now available. We have been carrying these all other operators insofar as capacity is concerned, so that they are able to deliver their services to the nation. What we've also managed to do is initially when we introduced internet connectivity by laying fiber over the pylons going into international gateways, what we started by doing is we started with STM4, we then went to STM16, now we're STM60, and we've also upgraded our SDH capacity so that we're able to innovate around our infrastructure. So the process has begun. Recently we launched fiber to the home through OPGW over the pylons in Braeside, and we have laid up a plan that is available with the help of all interested stakeholders to deliver this fiber to the home in all areas through our pylons. So it's a process, and just like you and me and the rest of people at Powertel, we would love to see this happening overnight. But we believe that with technology, we've got to be very careful on how we are going to deploy it. But absolutely, this is going to happen, and it has started. In Braeside, people are enjoying this ice cream.
What is going to be your role in dealing with the bottleneck that we have in terms of having so much innovation from the commercial and commercial finance?
I would say that first and foremost is technology is ever evolving. What we do is by innovating, how we are going to do is to educate. First of all is we create partnerships with the local universities, local teachers colleges, local colleges. Is like what is happening right now. I like so much the systematization process that is happening. I also did, I systematized myself. Yes, I'm systematized. So that will give a platform of
hold on! I systematized myself.
Yes.
So I
am systematized. Look here, what it does is it gives you an appreciation of technology. From the 5110 to the local smartphone that allows you to do more with it. You can have fiber, you can have so that can only be accepted through appreciation. So we are working with colleges currently to make sure that they also are able to appreciate and take the information to the senders where it's supposed to be. So that will enable us to bridge that gap of knowledge and innovation so that adoption of any service that we introduce can be fast.
Thank you so much, Prosper and Robert here from Huawei, and of course Prosper from Powertel. Guys, thank you so much for coming to your party shot to anyone who's listening on Tech Hacks
2016. Yes, you got it.
What we are saying is congratulations to the organizers. We are saying this is history making. They are the people making history. And we say as telecommunications company, we always rally behind you because we believe in innovation. We believe in taking our nation further in as far as technology is concerned. So as Powertel, we are dedicated, committed to see this going through to another level. Thank you, Zimbabwe. Thank you all.
Prosper Mutswiri from Powertel, thank you so much for coming through to TXL. And Robert, your parting shot.
We need to be sterilized. But I think my parting shots are very simple. I obviously want to extend our congratulations to the organizers, Technomag, and in them advocating for openness, collaboration, and union through joint innovation, which is exactly what we're promoting here. The future of where we're going as a nation starts from such a place, such a stage, and such an incubation. And if we are here working together and supporting it, I think definitely next year it's going to be bigger, it's going to be better, and it will be nice to have not only just the local entity, but we need to now extend it to the international entities to come in and see the value that's taking place and that's being grown and nurtured locally in Zimbabwe. Thank you.
Robert Gonye, the country sales manager for Huawei, thank you so much for coming through.
Any partitions for you?
You don't keep shooting at anyone.
But listen up, Mox, here. You see, I think speaker after speaker, you can as well just confirm that these are the corporates and the business sector that we've been talking to say what are we really doing for the banking and tech ecosystem in Zimbabwe. You know, we get so much interested and excited to see this kind of support coming through. They've been doing a big way in infrastructure, you know, but without the infrastructure that Powertel has been laid, we cannot talk of technologies, we cannot talk of ICTs, we cannot talk of the growth. This is the most fundamental thing that you need. So without the infrastructure, we can talk of anything that you want, but first let's lay the infrastructure, let's be connected. You know, in Africa, I'm always saying that you cannot compare our internet from other developed countries because these guys have already got the infrastructure already laid. So once you've got infrastructure already laid for the whole country, it means that communication will be much more cheaper because the infrastructure is already there. So I think that we are not yet where we really want to be, but they're doing something and they've already moved in bounces so that we really get to the space that we want to be. So that is also part and parcel of the same vision for Tech Expo 26 to say what are we really doing to create an enabling environment that can actually stimulate and allow our ICTs and our technology to grow. From the Huawei side, I'm also impressed, especially with the Seeds for the Future program that they've been running. Many more students, for me it was my first time to be in China. They took us out there, we saw a lot of things. You know, you change the way you see technology. It's all about your perception. 90% of the times, the reason why we as Zimbabweans do not manage to achieve things is because of the way we see, the way we believe, and the way we've been taught things are supposed to run through. So I think it's a very, very powerful program that they're actually running across all universities. These are the same people in areas, and it's a market of our interest to say, what are we doing as Zimbabweans, as the corporate world, to systematize, stimulate, and drive the growth of ICTs and technology. So yes, I'm also systematized in another way. Yeah, so we're greatly honored, and once more again, Huawei Powertel, thank you so much for joining us at the Tech Expo 2016 here for the Hotseat vision. NAST Blawayo, and we are greatly honored, and thank you so much for your support. And we are looking forward for so much more so that we develop our own ICT technology in Zimbabwe. Mox?
Right, we're going to continue dropping some more. Oh man, I got about 14 minutes before we touch down on 3, but you know that creature called an actuarial scientist? Well, I'm going to be talking to one just now.